Elohim appointed the sun to be a great sign on the earth for days and for Sabbath and for months and for feasts and for years. Now, notice here where it talks about the Sabbath, okay, about the Sabbath day. And it says here, and he gave us a great sign, the Sabbath day, that we should work 6 days and keep the Sabbath on the seventh day from all work, and all the angels, or all the messengers of the presence, and all the messengers of the purifications. These two classes, he has hidden us to keep the Sabbath with him, meaning the Creator, in heaven. A lot of people don't know that, but the angels have been keeping Sabbath before Adam was created. They were keeping it in heaven, and they were keeping it on the earth. Okay, this is a beautiful teaching. When you go into this, it's marvelous. But so to take you back to the calendar, because of that sign called the equinox, this sign, Brother Bryant, the spring equinox happens everywhere on the earth twice a year, the spring equinox and the fall equinox, where the sun crosses the sky from the eastern horizon to the western horizon, and it casts a straight line shadow upon the earth. That's the great sign, okay? And you can look these up, Psalms 19, verse 4, Ecclesiastes 7, verses 10 to 13, and then, of course, Exodus 12:2, where the Creator told Moses that this is the beginning of months for you of the year, okay? And that's when they were getting ready to come out of Egypt. So, all that being said, we know it's during the spring because, again, 14 days from the spring equinox, after the spring equinox, 14 days after the spring equinox is what we call the Passover. That's a spring festival, okay? So the first day of the year is at the spring equinox. Now, the spring equinox, now, don't get lost here what I'm getting ready to tell you, Brian. The spring equinox is always going to occur on the fourth Yom, which is Yom in Hebrew is day, on the fourth day of the week. Okay, that fourth day of the week is not Wednesday. That is Yah's day. It can happen on a Friday. It can happen on a Sunday. It can happen on a Tuesday. What I'm getting at is the fourth day is a day to itself that Yah has given, not the Gregorian calendar weeks. Okay, so with that being said, long as you know that this is the fourth day when the spring equinox happens, then all you have to do is count 3 more days, and you have your first Shabbat of the year. And the first Shabbat of the year is always going to be the fourth day of the first month. So the first day of the year is going to be spring equinox, then you have the second day, the third day, and then the fourth day is going to be the Shabbat, okay? But through all of creation, first day, second day, third day, spring equinox is going to happen on the fourth day. Why is the spring equinox always going to occur on the fourth day? Because that's the day that Yah created the sun, moon, and the stars. He created it on the fourth day. And that is a sign. That is the beginning of the year. Yes, Katrina, equilux is different. Equilux has to do with equal day and equal night, but you won't get the same daylight and day-night, or I should say night cycle everywhere on the earth on the same day. The only thing on the earth that you get that is the same all over the earth is the equinox. It's the day when the sun crosses the horizon to the other horizon in a straight line. All the other days is going to be a bow. Why? Because it's circling over the earth. The sun is doing this pattern. The next time in the summer, when you go out early in the morning, notice that you'll see the sun rays are actually coming from the northeast and not directly west, because that is the highest point of the summer when the sun is up at its highest, at its zenith. And so it's coming back around, just like we was reading in Enoch. Let me take you back over there. And notice what Enoch says about the sun and what it's doing. Okay. Notice he says here, notice here it says, and so the sun goes down from the heaven and returns through the north. Now notice, we know that the sun rests in the west, right? It goes down in the west, but returns through the north in order to reach the east. So what is it saying? Now imagine this is a flat earth. I have my Mercator map here, which is my mouse pad, a big mouse pad. But Jerusalem is right here. And we're going to pretend that my mouse is the sun coming in from the east. So it's coming in from the east, okay? and now it's going to the west. But now, because the earth is flat and it's like a disc, it's going to continue to transverse all the way to the other side of the earth, going north. So from Jerusalem, it would be north of Jerusalem to come back to the east portal. So it'll come back here again, but it has to travel to the north to come back to the east. And that's what we're reading here in Enoch, when it says here, and the sun goes down from the heaven, which we know is the west, and returns through the north. So it has to go towards the north on the other side of the disk on the earth in order to reach the east. And so it's guided that he comes to the appropriate portal and shines on the face of the heaven. Okay, and it's the fourth portal that is going to come through. All right, so that's why the Shabbat or the Sabbath is not always going to be on a Saturday, because again, the equinox is not going to always happen on the same day of the week, which is going to give you Sabbath to be on a Saturday. That Saturday, Saturn's day, which is a whole other thing, and I can show you guys that here in a second, but Saturn's day is to the deity of Saturn, okay, which has a lot to do with Satyr. And you know who Satyr is? Satyr has to do with Satan, which is the he-goat, Baphomet. Okay? So anyhow, the fourth day of the week, the sun is going to have this great sign. 3 days later, you have your Shabbat. No matter where you are on this earth, Brian, if you so happen to find yourself somewhere out in the wilderness, and which is why this calendar is being revealed to us right now, because you can't keep the fourth commandment unless you know the calendar. It's the only way you're going to know the Shabbat. You won't know the Shabbat if you don't know the calendar. Because if you're following Romans calendar, which every Saturday, which is what these Jewish people, these Orthodox Jews are doing since they came out of Babylon, have been keeping, is wrong. It's erroneous. Okay? And they've given us a new date and a new week system. But the Creator has given us his system that is based on the sun. This is why he says that in Genesis. And nobody seems to be, well, I can't say nobody, because there's people like ourselves that are proving all of this now, and we're realizing that we've been duped. But this is why he says this about the fourth day in Genesis chapter 1. And Elohim said, let lights come to be in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for appointed times, which is where we get the word in Hebrew, ma'adim, or the feast days and days and years. Okay, that's what these lights were put up in the sky for. All right, but ask a person, a Jewish person, the curly lock Jews, the Orthodox Jews, why is Shabbat always on a Saturday? And show me how it's connected to the sun. They can't do it, because they're in a stagnant system called the Hillel calendar too, where they have 13 months every 3 years, unlike what the Creator says you're only supposed to have 12 months every year. Okay, and the calendar is supposed to be 364 days every year, not 354 days, which is the moon cycle. Just like some of these people that are calling themselves Torah observant, who are following a lunar solar cycle, and they say that is based off of the moon. And so they go out there every moon cycle to see if they see a sliver of the moon on the western horizon, and then say, when they see the sliver of the moon, and say, oh, we're in a new month. It's the new month now. The new moon was sighted. But there is no new moon. That word new moon actually is Rosh Kadash, not Rosh YaHU'aH. YaHU'aH is moon in Hebrew. Kadash is where we get the word renewed. Okay, Rosh means head, so it's head of renew. What is the head of renew? Every month is the head of the renewed of the month. And that's why you see here, it doesn't say month, it doesn't say first moon, it says Kadash. Okay, they spell it with an E, but it should be Kadash is the actual pronunciation, first month. So if like this year that's coming up, if everything goes right, the spring equinox is going to happen on the pagan day, Thursday. So what happens? Friday, Saturday, Sunday is going to be the new, that's going to be the new Shabbat for the next 52 Shabbats until the next spring equinox. All right? And so that would be any time again. So let's say if the spring equinox happens, and just pretend that these days are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, let's say it's Tuesday. So if this is the first, second, third, fourth day, that means that this would be the Shabbat. Okay, because it's always going to be the 4th day of the first month. And for the next 52 Shabbats, it's all going to be on Friday, on the pagan day known as Friday, until the next spring equinox. And this is how you find your Shabbat. You will never lose it. And again, I don't care where you live on this earth, the spring equinox is going to happen for you as it happens for someone in Australia, as it happens for somebody in South Africa, as it happens for somebody here in the United States. And the reason why we know this is because last year, myself, another brother, his name is Davison, he did it in South Africa. There was another brother, Ed, he lives in, I believe it's in Ohio or Indiana. He did it for himself over there. And then there was another sister over here in Moab, Utah, not too far from me. She did it over there as I did it over here. And then there was another one either in New Zealand or Australia. And we all saw it at our own times because, again, the sun has to come around. But it was a straight line for everybody. Everybody had a straight line. So, again, it's the only sign, and Yah did that on purpose. He did it on purpose. So no matter where you live on this earth, you will be able to track the sun using a stick in the ground, also known as a sundial, for you to be able to know where you are on Yah's calendar. And you won't be off more than 91 days, because every 91 days is another sign on the earth, be it the spring equinox, the summer solstice, the fall equinox, or the winter solstice. They happen 91 days apart from each other. No, YaHU'aH wins has nothing to do with the moon, and this is why so many people are lost as to the actual calendar. And again, let me take you to the Book of Jubilees, chapter 6, about why we do not use the moon. Let me show you here. Okay, let me bring this down. No, let me plug in my phone. It's dropping down so fast. I noticed that when I am on live using my camera and everything, boy, it eats up my battery on my phone. Okay, so Jubilees chapter 6, verse 36. I got a little latency going on. Hopefully you guys can see me and hear me okay. And it says, "For there will be those who will assuredly make observations of the moon, how it disturbs the seasons and how it comes in from year to year, 10 days too soon. For this reason, the years will come upon them when they will disturb the order and make an abominable day, the day of testimony, and an unclean day, a feast day. And they will confound all the days, the set apart day with the unclean, and the unclean day with the set apart. For they will go wrong as to months." Notice that. This is why you can't use the moon for your months, because you're going to go wrong as to your months by using the moon. You're going to go wrong as to your Sabbaths. You're going to go wrong as to all your feast days in Leviticus chapter 23, and you're going to go wrong to your 50-day or 50-year cycles that we're told about in Leviticus chapter 25 for the Yobalim. So he says, "For this reason, and I command and testify to you that you may testify to them, for after your death," speaking of Moses' death, "your children," talking about the children of Israel, "will disturb them." Here's a prophecy. He's telling them a prophecy of what's going to happen, so that they will not make the year 364 days only. Why? Because we're making it 365 and a quarter. "And for this reason, they will go wrong as to new months and seasons and Sabbaths and festivals, and they will eat all kinds of blood with all kinds of flesh." And this is why we have to stay to what YaHU'aH has called us to do. And so this is why my wife and I, we sell these things called calendar beads. Brother Ed was the first one to make one of these, and then we just took it and started making it ourselves. And now we sell this for people who can afford it. And if you can't, we can't do it for everyone, but when we have the money and everything to do so, we don't mind sending it out for free to those who can't afford it. But for those of you who are able-bodied and can just pay $20, because that's all we're asking for is $20, and literally we're not making any money. I mean, we're using gas to go to the post office. We're paying for the shipping, and we're paying for the material to make it. Not to mention my wife spends hours making each one of these. So, well, not hours, but it takes her about an hour and a half to make each one of these. So this is the calendar bead, is what we call it, the Enoch Zadok calendar. And what we have is, you see here that I have a tie off here and a tie down, and each one of these is a month, and there's 12 months, and they're separated by 3. You see these beads up here, those are for the seasons. So you see here, we have the spring months, the summer months, the fall months, and the winter months. So right now we're in the winter months, and you see where the tie down is here. We're in the 10th month right now, and we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're on the 14th day. And let me go over here. If I did this correctly, we go to the 10th month, and we look on go over here. If we look on, and you'll see here, let me keep my charger on so I don't kill my battery. So here it is, the 10th. Let me bring this, the 10th month, or Kadash 10. And you'll see here the 14th day, the big 14 right there. And you can see that it says 31st of December. Okay. And so that's how we keep our days. And it has everything here. So you'll see all the white ones represent on this calendar, because we have them in different colors. All the white ones represent special days or high days, and all the blue days are just regular days, and all the gold beads are the 52 Sabbaths a year. Okay, so every Shabbat you'll see here all 52 of them in a year. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Shabbats left to the beginning of the year. All right. Now, any one of you who would like one of these, just DM me and we'll do the process and get you going. We still have some we're supposed to be sending off. There's other ones that I know that hasn't reached some of you yet because of the time of the year with all these pagan packages that are all over the place. So just be patient. You should be getting it here very soon. Let's see, who's that there? Della, you said, Brother Jimmy, have mine been sent because they haven't arrived? I don't know, Della. I'd have to look, because like I said, we have a bunch of them that are going out here in the next week. So yours might either be there or yours might have already went out, and it's just taking its time because of the snail mail process with everything that's going on. You know, the U.S. Postal Service, they're not like Amazon and UPS and all of them, so it's going to take a minute. But it will get to you. And if it doesn't, just let me know, and we'll send another one out to you if it didn't get to you. Alrighty. Yes, Loretta, just contact me, and we'll start taking care of that. That's right, Lester. They've been doing some crazy stuff. Yes, hey. Shabbat is what people could call Sunday. Shabbat. What's that? I would like a calendar. Yes, check all of you. Like I said, if there is any of you who wish to have a calendar, a beaded calendar, just DM me, and then we'll start the process from there. Okay. Haki Katan. No, I probably butchered your name. There is no such thing as a 13th month. I know that the Ethiopians, they do that, and also those of the Hillel 2 calendar, they do that every 3 years. Why? Because again, they're going to be short 10 days every year, and so those 3 years is going to make up 30 days, and so they have to attach it to the end of the 3rd year, and hence why they have a 13th month every 3 years. That is not according to the scripture. You won't find a 13th month anywhere in scripture. That is a man-made device and man-made custom and culture that they got from Babylon. That is not what we've been given. Just like there's 12 months in a year, you have 12 tribes, you have the 12 sons of Israel, you have the 12 disciples, you got the 12 fruits that are yielded every month in the book of Revelation. Yah uses numbers, and he will not use a 13 other than that there are 13 weeks for every season. The 13 weeks is 90 up to 52. So that's the 52 weeks or 52 Shabbats. But there is no such thing as a 13 Shabbats. But there is no such thing as a 13. Again, Hakitan, we do not follow this 28-day cycle. The 28-day cycle of doing the 7 times 4 thing is not from Yah. Yah says that his days are 30-day months. And I can show you again right here out of the book of Enoch. And I can show you in the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation, where it says 1,290 days in the book of Daniel, 1,260 days in the book of Revelation equals out divisible by 30 days. One is 43 months in the book of Daniel, and the other one's 42 months in the book of Revelation. And again, those are the 30-day months. And I can show you again here in Enoch. Enoch talks about the months, and the only ones that have more than 1 day is only because it's a count of its sign. But every month is 30 days, not more, not less. Okay? And so here you see that. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'll just show you here. And when the sun rises in the heaven, he comes out through the 4th portal 30 mornings or 30 sunrises in succession and sets accurately in the 4th portal. That is your first month of the year. The second month of the year, and it says again, and the sun rises from the 4th portal and sets in the 4th and returns to the 5th portal of the east 30 mornings or 30 sunrises. And from it sets in the 5th, okay? Now, the 3rd month of the year has 31 days, okay? Why? Because a count of its sign. That's why it says that there. It says this, and it returns to the east and enters the 6th portal and rises and sets in the 6th portal 31 mornings or sunrises on account of its sign. Then you see again, 31 mornings, 30 mornings, 30 mornings. 31 mornings on account of its sign. Why? Because of the autumn equinox. Then it goes again, 30 mornings, 30 mornings. And then it says 31 mornings. Why? Because again, on the account of its sign, it's the winter solstice. Then you have 30 mornings, 30 mornings. And then it says again, 31 mornings. Why? Because it's spring equinox on account of its sign. So the year is exactly 364 days. Now, divide 364 by 7 and see what you get. You get 52 Shabbats exactly. Okay, not 7 times 4, because that doesn't give you what you're supposed to have. What you'll find out is if you do it that way, you're going to see that it's more towards the lunar cycle, and you're going to find that it's going to be 354 days. And so the 354 days, which is 10 days shorter than 364 days, which is the reason why the book of Jubilees say that they will be 10 days too short. This is why it says this. It says, for there will be those of you who will surely make observations of the moon when they're not supposed to be making observations of the moon, how it disturbs the season and comes in from year to year 10 days too soon. 354. That's where you get the whole 728, 7 times 428 kind of deal. You're not supposed to do that. And so we're also told in the book of Enoch that the prophetic year is 360. This is why when you read in the book of Daniel, in the book of Revelation, where it says it'll be times and half a time, or 1,260 days, or 3.5 years. That's 1,260 days without the 4 extra days, okay? The 4 extra days, it tells you here in the book of Enoch, chapter 75, for this reason, and the leaders of the heads of the thousands are placed over the whole creation, over all the stars, have also to do with the 4 intercalary days, being inseparable from their office, according to the reckoning of the year. And these render service on 4 days, which are not reckoned in the reckoning of the year, or the counting of the year. Why is that? Because now let me take you to Daniel, chapter 12. And again, this is why we do this, so that none of us, yes, again, Hakitana, I don't know why you're trying to be such hard-headed. I'm showing you through scripture, and you're not seeing anything that talks about a 13th month, my friend. That 13th month only happens once a year Well, you can do that every 3 years, and that is called the Hillel 2 calendar. We do not follow that. That is the creation of man. That is not the creation of Yah. Okay, and man got it from Satan. That's why there was 13 colonies, 13 stars, 13 stripes. Who do you think created this Christian country called Christianity of the United States of America? Satan. It's the number of Satan. That's why you don't see people using the number 13. That is a number for the secret societies. And who do the secret societies follow? Satan. And who is Satan? Baphomet. Who is Baphomet? Satyr. And who's Satyr? The same one that you call the he-goat. So again, we don't use the number 13. It is exactly what they say when they use the so-called bad day that they call Friday the 13th. That's their number. That's their date. But anyhow, if you're still wanting to listen and not be so argumentative, I'd like to show you what it says in Daniel. Okay, and in the book of Daniel, it says this. Daniel chapter 12. First, let me go to Daniel chapter 7, where it talks about the day, times, and half a time. Okay, let me see if I can remember exactly where it is here. 725. Yeah, 725. Okay. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. JP, I'm not sure either, but again, when you're showing somebody something over and over again, I'm just trying to get Hakitan to see this. I understand where you're coming from, but I also want you to see what I'm showing you. I understand what you're saying. I've seen the numbers. I've heard the arguments, but I need you to see what I'm trying to show you so you can see from the spiritual, scriptural standpoint why there is no 13th month. Okay? And so this is what I'm saying. If you would allow me to, I would like to show you what it says in the scripture. I understand that. But again, you're using the 13, and what happens is every 3 years, there's an extra 10 days every year. And if you know the Hillel 2 calendar, that's when they bring in the 13th month. They don't do 13th month every year. Nobody keeps a 13th month every year. So again, here it says, and it intends to change appointed times and law, and there are given into his hand time, times, and half a time. Okay, that time, times, and half a time is 3.5 years. Why do we know this, or how do we know this? So now if we go to Daniel chapter 12, we also see here where it talks about, and from the time that which is continual is taken away, and the abomination that lays waste is set up, is 1,290 days. 1,290 days equals to 43 months. It's divisible by 30. So this is talking about literally 43 months, okay? Where those 4 days that I showed you in Enoch chapter 75 is not reckoned according to a year, the counting of the year. This is what it's talking about, what we call a prophetic year. Let's go to Revelation, where it talks about the same thing. And here in Revelation chapter 12, it says here, and the woman fled into the wilderness, where she shall be placed and prepared by Elohim to be nourished there for 1,260 days, which is 1,260 equals 42 months, divisible by 30. Okay. Same thing here. The same woman where she'll be nourished for the 1,260 days in the wilderness. It says here, and the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle to fly into the wilderness to her place where she is nourished for time and times, plural, and half a time. That equals out to 42 months, which is 3.5 years. Same thing here. And it says that the anti-Messiah, he was given a mouth speaking great matters of blasphemies, and he was given authority to do so for 42 months, also known as 3.5 years. All right. So again, scripture is very adamant that Yah uses 30 days for a month, not 28. Not because it's 7 times 4. Yes, the math doesn't lie when you do a 7 times 4. But again, his months are not 7 times 4. His months is 30 days. And he tells you that his year is 364 days only. So 364 divided by 7 gives you 52 Shabbats. So going back to, and I don't even know if our brother Bryant is still here because we kind of went off the subject. Bryant, are you still here, my friend? Trying to learn about where's the true Shabbat? JP, I do not at this time, but I would tell you to either come back, and we do talk about this a lot on here, but probably in the future I will probably have something when I just ran down to you about the calendar. See, I knew, again, you can just feel it. It just happens that way. Thank you, Nazareth. Some people just don't want to, they say they want to play nice, but they don't play nice. And again, we're not here to argue with anybody. I'm not raising my voice at you. I'm not doing anything to disturb you in any way, Hakitan. But when you start disturbing and disrupting and you're not trying to listen, then yeah, we're going to do what we have to do, my friend. Yes, Sarah, I know all about the turtle shell having those 13 marks on the back. Yeah. Thank you, Brother Lester. And I definitely got that over trial and error and finding out that, being hot-headed doesn't get you anywhere when you're trying to make a point. You might hear me raise my voice when I'm sharing something from Scripture because I get excited and I'm, bringing a point across. But when I'm having dialogue with somebody, I don't really like to be yelling at them or anything like that. I just like to share the word. Exactly, YaHU'aH. Is the turtle shells in Scripture? No, it's not. But again, there's people that have their reasons why they like to say 13 months is this, and just like, and I'm sure all you guys saw this thing about this is the old Bible that has 13 months in it. And they didn't want you to know about the 13 months, so they kept it. Come on, you guys, stop falling for everything that you see that comes across your app that says this or says that, just like someone talking about, oh, did you know your map is upside down? And Enoch said it was this. Look, I just read from Enoch, and he's telling you that the great portal on the east is where the sun rises. Okay, and we know when we go out our door, and if you wake up early enough and you're not lazy and you look up over at the east, what is called the eastern horizon, come around 6 o'clock in the morning, you're going to start seeing the sun rays starting to come up over the eastern horizon. Oh yeah, JP, no doubt. I didn't get it in my first time. No doubt. Of course, people are going to have questions. Let's see. Oh, I just lost it there. Okay, unique upholstery. Brother Jimmy Shalom, where we get 365 and 366 so-called leap year. Okay, unique. So that has to do with the cycle of the sun. The solar cycle and the solar calendar are two different things. As you saw me read earlier about in calendar is supposed to be 364 days only, okay? But the solar cycle is 365 and a quarter. Now, every 4 years, we're going to have what is called a leap year. And we know that to be true because, again, the sign of the sun is what we're basing everything off of, not a turtle shell. We're not going off of math. We're going off of the sun, okay? Just like it says in Jubilees chapter 2, verse 9, that he had appointed the sun, not the turtle shell, and not math. All right, math is going to equate to what he's telling us to do, but again, he says the sun is what we use. Now the sun comes up and it has a 366 day every 4 year cycle, and we know this because the spring equinox isn't going to come up for 2 days after we've counted for 364 days. So those 2 days we do not count. We observe those 2 days because we're living it, and we know that they're there, but the great sign upon the earth doesn't happen for 2 days every 4 years. And when that sun comes up, we know, and it goes across the sky, In the straight line, we know that to be the spring equinox, hence it's the first day of the year. And we connect ourselves with that first day of the year. And 3 days later, after that first day of the year, which is the 4th day of the month, that is our first Shabbat. And so what happens is every 4 years, you're going to have an extra day. And this is how we know how to keep the calendar. And this is why he tells us in Jubilees chapter 6 a couple of times, but here it says here, so that they will not keep the year 364 days only. Okay, it has to be a 364-day count only, because that's what Yah wants from us. And we know that Yah does everything in numbers, just like there's 7 days in a week. Okay, there's going to be 52 Sabbaths in a year. He told us to have 364 days in our counted year. Those 2 other days are not for us to count. That is the solar cycle. He doesn't want us to count those days. And so the way that Yah has created the calendar, from my understanding and observation, is that it's not stagnant. It's that we are to do what he's called us to do, because everything he creates has motion and movement. It's not stagnant like the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar is stagnant. Also, so let me show you what this whole Saturn's thing is all about, okay? And this is going to show you guys, this is going to tell you guys a lot about why Saturday has become the so-called choice of the Sabbath. Let me see if I can recall where I put this picture. In fact, since I don't know where it is, let me go ahead and just pull this up here. Hold on 1 second. Let me see here. Let me pull this up. All right, we put images of Saturn. Who've never seen images of Saturn, let me show you. There's one particular one I want you to see. And of course, all this is CGI. But this one here is probably the closest I can show here. Let me see if I can blow that up. Okay, do you see that on the top of Saturn? Does anybody know what would fit into that hexagonal shape? This is supposed to be, yeah, it's a hexagon. But what would fit into that hexagonal shape at the top of this Saturn? Yes, exactly, Moya, also known as the star of Ranfan. Okay. Yeah, son, that would be a cube in a 3D dimension, yes. But the star of Ranfan is the 6-pointed star used by the Jewish people. This is why they call Saturn the Sabbath day. You starting to see it now? This is the depth of Satan, the knowledge of Satan. This is what they're doing. Regardless if that's a CGI or not, this is why they call Saturn, Saturn, and they use Saturn as their Sabbath. Yes, for entertainment purposes only. Thank you, Adam, for being on top of that, because I sure do be forgetting. But yes, but that's what they do. Yes, the Star of David is false. You won't find that anywhere in Scripture, Tracy. That is the Star of Ranfan. Gonna come up. Where in Scripture, that image of that star, the 6-pointed star. Let me show you something here also. Let me pull this one up so you guys can see. Again, when you think of Babylon, and we all call this country Babylon, but I don't think people really know how Babylonian it is. So let's look at the back of the dollar bill. Again, for entertainment purposes only. Okay? I want you all to see this. Do you see the star of Ranfan anywhere above this eagle? You see it there? There it is right there. And guess how many stars are inside that star? You want to count it with me? Let's count it. Let's blow it up a little bit more. Let's blow this thing up. Let's count it. Yes, Yahushua, disciple. 13. Again, Satan's number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's your star of Ramfan, your star of David. Do you know how long this has been part of the United Snakes of America? Entertainment purposes only. That is called the Great Seal of the United States. And the first time that was put together, I believe, was in 1784. That should tell you the people who are running that place over there in the Middle East are the same people who's been running this country since the very beginning. Entertainment purposes only, TikTok, only entertainment purposes only. This is why I said when I started looking into this stuff when I was younger, I started realizing there's something going on with Christianity and I couldn't understand what it was. But this is what is happening. Yeah, well, those same people are the same ones who run the news, right? Entertainment purposes only. It's the same ones. Exactly, Victoria. They run every facet of our Western society. And if you say anything about them or do anything against them, you're going to have so-called HELL to pay. You're going to have to kiss the ring if you want to be let back in. But these are the same people, entertainment purposes only, TikTok, that are going to be beheading people, entertainment purposes only. And so they don't like people like us. They don't like people like us coming to this knowledge and that we understand what is going on because the wool is no longer over our eyes. They got everybody else asleep. And this is why they like to call us goyim. Okay, goyim means cattle. So again, you guys see why Shabbat is not the Sabbath. Yah is not going to use Saturn's day as Shabbat forever. That is not his day. That is Satan's day. He has created a stagnant week, and he used Saturday. And this is the level of the deception, right? So they got the Christians thinking that, oh, you changed the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday. That's one layer, okay, that they lied. The second layer is Saturday isn't even the true Sabbath. That's the second layer, and there's probably another layer of that lie. I just haven't figured it out yet, but I know there's at least 2 layers to that lie about Saturday being the Sabbath. Oh yeah, people are probably wondering why, right? Yes, exactly. Yes, God. All those there's 13 all over it. There is 13 all over it. In fact, let me move it over to the other side here. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find, hold on one second. Let me look for this thing here. I know they have it. Hold on one segundo. Let me see if I can go back. Let's see if TikTok is taking it down. Dollar bill. Let me see if they have it here. They still got it. Wow. Okay, let me show you guys this. Let me see which one's the cleanest one. I think this is the cleanest. Okay, let me show you guys this. This is another depth of Satan, okay? Some of you probably seen this before. I don't know, but I'm going to show you. So this is the other side of the Great Seal. So the Great Seal is a coin, entertainment purposes only. So you see the six-pointed star, right? M-A-S-O-N. Do you see it? M-A-S-O-N. Yeah, exactly. So this is on one side of the bill. And then if you look at the other side of the bill is where you have the eagle. So this is the back side of the bill, which is the pyramid. And the front side of the coin, which would be the eagle. So that's the Great Seal of the United States. And it says what it's saying. 𝐉𝐄𝐄𝐅𝐿𝐿 Novus Orderos Locorum. So we know that this means new order of the ages, or the new order of the world, which is where people get the words secular or slocorum. And then 𝐉𝐄𝐄𝐅𝐿 is, what is it, if I remember correctly? All this is Latin, by the way, Roman. This is all Roman wording. Exactly, Becky. I think this one, 𝐉𝐄𝐄𝐅𝐿 is something about he, how does it say it? He approves of our new world order or something like that. I can't remember exactly how the top part is. Our undertaking or something like that. He agrees with our undertaking or something like that. You have to look it up in Latin. But it means something to that effect. So again, this country has got a lot of issues. A whole lot of. So again, this would be the front of the coin, and this would be the back of the coin. Or this would be the back of the coin, or the front of the coin, and this would be the back of the coin. But those are the two sides of the coins right there, the seal. No, the star might not be even, but again, it's letting you know that it lines up with what they're trying to tell you who is running this thing. And some of them, that's the way they did that there. That's kind of that way. But here's another one and how they did theirs. You know, the fact of the matter is a triangle on top of a triangle, and it's a star Ran fan. Thank you, Eloy. Yes, 𝐉𝐄𝐄𝐅𝐿 means God favors our undertaking. Thank you. I know it has something to do with undertaking. All entertainment purposes only, TikTok. Entertainment purposes only. And so here's another reason why we know that the United Snakes of America, you guys want to see another one? Some of you probably already know this. Let me show you guys another one here. Let's put in map of USA. Okay, let me see which one I want to use here. Images. Let me do another way because I don't like the way that looks. Map of Washington, D.C. Okay, let's see if I can get it to, this one might be a little too large. Okay, this one might get it. Let me see what happened. Yeah, here we go. All right, check this out, family. You guys all know Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States, right? Okay. Notice the two states that it straddles, Virginia and Maryland. Okay, now we say Virginia and Maryland, but guess what? It's a play on words, family. It lets you know how Roman Catholic Church has been here the whole time. You see that? I just covered the I and the A. Virgin, Mary. Virgin Mary. And who do they venerate? They venerate the Virgin Mary. Here's Washington, D.C., smack dab in the center between these two states. What's the center of the 10 square by 10 square called the District of Columbia? What's in the very center? Does anybody know what's in the very center? Anybody know what's in the very center of Washington, D.C.? You guys have all seen it. The pencil, the pinnacle, the phallus, exactly. Yep. Also known as the obelisk, right? Okay, so let me show you this obelisk. Where is, I thought I had it here. Don't I have it here? Wow, I guess I never did. Well, I guess we'll have to do, no. Yeah, let's see if this is it. Okay, nope, that doesn't show it. All right, well, here's the obelisk, right? I'm going to show you guys another picture because that one isn't doing any justice. So let me, because I'm going somewhere with this. Because I'm going somewhere with this. Because I'm going somewhere with this, and I thought I was back in the day when I was just trying to figure this thing out. I'm like, what? Washington Monument. Okay, here we go. Washington Monument. Let's pull this bad boy up. All right, you guys. So go what? All right, you. The crazy part of all of this. Let me see if I can get one with the capital in the background. Let's see here. Do they have a picture with the capital in the background? Got something that is going to just show you how Catholicism runs this country. Okay, here we go. Bam. That's a beautiful one right there. I'm going to have to save that picture. Okay, you guys. So look at this. You guys still there? Everything okay? You guys can see? Okay, so here's the capital. Okay, the U.S. Capitol. Notice the dome and everything else, right? And then way over here, we have the obelisk, right? So we got all of this going on. Notice the imagery. Notice the architecture, okay? Notice the architecture of the Capitol, all right? I want you guys to notice this. Notice this whole front part right here with the dome, okay? With the edges here, okay? They're redoing that, reconstructing it, but you can see both wings of the Capitol with the triangle, the pyramid right here with the dome, okay? And with all the columns, and you have the Washington Monument sitting over in the distance. All right, now, remember all of that. Down, and where is the other one? Here we go. Now, this is at the Vatican. That's St. Peter's Basilica right there. And here is Cleopatra's Needle, also known as an obelisk. Okay, this is what they do. Hi there. You can come in. And here's another picture. That's DC. Oh, there's one I had, but yep, you can see where it's at. But you see the triangle, okay? Notice the triangle. Let's go back and let's look at the one at the Vatican. You see the triangle at the Vatican? Do you see that there? The triangle? The triangle right there. You got the columns and you got the dome. You see that? And you got the obelisk. Do you think all that is by accident? You think that's just by happenstance? Not at all. This is the depth of what we call the great delusion. This is why we're telling our brothers and sisters in the Christian faith to come out of her, my people, as our Creator has said in Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. It's not by accident. Not by accident at all. In fact, let me see if I can bring that one and that one. Okay. So again, both side to side. So you see that one there, and you see this one here. Again, you're going to see a lot of the same imagery. Okay. Just like we were talking about here, with the pyramid, with the columns, pyramid with the columns, the dome. You have the obelisk, and you have the obelisk. Now you see that one way in the back there? That is called Abraham Lincoln's Memorial, the Lincoln Memorial, okay? Do you know what that is in rendition of what it's supposed to be like? Let me show you. Let me show you what that is supposed to be. Okay, so let me show you that up close. That's what it looks like. You see, that's supposed to be Abraham Lincoln sitting inside this building, okay? All right. You see how it looks now. Let me show you the Pantheon. There's the Pantheon, what's left of it in Greece, okay? That's supposed to be where Zeus sat, okay? So now let me show you what it looks like. And this is just, if I can recall, where did I put it here? This is supposed to be the inside, also known as Zeus's throne. Sitting on the same type of a chair, okay? Notice what he's holding here. That right there is the goddess Nike. Yes, Nikeo is the way it's pronounced in Greek. It's the swoosh symbol on your tennis shoes, people. That's her. That's Nike. Okay? That's Nike. And so here you see Washington. Notice how he's sitting. Sitting as if he was Zeus. This is supposed to be George Washington. Now I want you to see something. This is called where is it here? Here it is. Pergamus. We're told in the book of Revelation that this is Pergamus, the seat where Satan sits, where he dwells. Notice how it has all these stairs, all these pillars, left arm and a right arm. The only thing it's missing is the dome. Now, let me show you the other one. Again, let's look back at the U.S. Capitol. Where is that one that I had of the U.S. Capitol earlier? Let's see, pull it up again. Where is the U.S. Capitol? There it is. Now again, almost identical. The only difference is it has the dome. What are we being told? This is Satan's seat. This is the capital of Satan right here. Crazy, huh? And most of us, those of you that are here, we're living in it. Oh, I just hit the wrong thing. Let's see if I can pull it back up. I hit the wrong one. Okay, so let me put that down. Let me show you guys another one. Okay, and again, this is Lincoln's throne. You see how he's sitting? Okay. Not by accident. So look at this one here. Here is the, you see this here? I just, let me see, did I go the other way? I think I just missed it. Hold on 1 second here. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know which way I went. Okay. Look at this here. You see that there? You see where the obelisk is, right? This one is Jefferson. I think it's a Jefferson Memorial. Now, let me show you the one in the Vatican. Let me see if I can find it. I believe this is the one in the Vatican. Yeah, here it is. Here's the one at the Vatican. See the round dome at the top? And it's got the obelisk in front of it. Same thing. Same thing. Yeah. It's crazy. But I wanted to show you guys all that to show you again. I don't think you guys need any more proof to know this. But this is why Virginia is named Virginia and Maryland is right next to it. And we pronounce it Maryland, but it's Maryland. Virgin and Maryland. And Washington, D.C. sits right in the middle of it for entertainment purposes only, TikTok. And yeah, all the architecture, the way that Washington, D.C. is laid out, there's many more things. That's just, we're literally just scratching the surface with what they're doing. But this is the stuff that they've done. This is the stuff that they have done. And they pulled the wool over so many people's eyes, and they don't even know it. So anyhow, hope you guys found that interesting. And so I'll take a few more questions for tonight. I'm going to get ready to get off of here in 30 minutes at 6 o'clock because I've been on since a little after 12. It is. It's very interesting. It really is. Yeah, James, art of deception. So true. So true. But again, family, this is why we know we serve a mighty, mighty one. We serve the one that has shown us all of these things because, again, it's him that is revealing this to his people in these last days. It is really happening. The stuff that has been told to us, many of the things that we've been taught has been lies. Mary, which dream are you talking about of Daniel's? Because Daniel had a few dreams. User, the 144,000, you're saying that you want to know about it. If that's what you're asking me, DM me and I will send you over some stuff on it. Oh, you don't? Okay. I didn't know because I saw you say 140. Oh, you don't? Okay. I didn't know because I saw that he had that was actually Nebuchadnezzar. He interpreted. That's talking about, right? Daniel chapter 2. Mystery eyes, you say, Brother Jimmy, I've learned more from this live than I have from grade school and college. Well, you know, all esteem belongs to the Creator, YaHU'aH. He's the one who's teaching you, not me. Honestly, I say that. Constance, just honestly, it's just over some info on that. I have actually probably better for you to see it on my YouTube channel because it's uncut. You'll just see it from the beginning to the end. The one on TikTok, I had to cut it short because, you know, they only allow it to be so long. Let's see. Buffering again. It's not on my end. You might have to go in and then back. I mean, go out and back in. Let me see here. Raju, yeah, for those that do follow me, I mean, I do give out my email. Of course, if anything was to ever happen, my email will be a way to contact me. Ambassadors of Yah at Gmail. They must have came on. They must have got onto us. They couldn't see what we were doing, and now they're starting to cause jitters, which is going to make it kind of hard for me to explain this, Mary, because if it's doing that and it's glitching, it's going to be breaking up what I'm trying to share. Oh yeah, JP. Well, there's a lot of people that think that they're 144,000 Jehovah's Witness thing. Oh yeah, the JP, the 140. Oh, did they really, Raju? Or Raj? It's better now. For entertainment purposes only, all of you. Entertainment purposes only. Wow, people just getting kicked off. That's crazy. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is that TT is doing with my lives, but there is there is even Seventh-day Adventists that think the same thing about the 144. Victoria, that's a great question. I have no idea, but this is what he's used. He hasn't only used Zeus, he also used Jupiter. Jupiter is another name for Satan. Nimrod is another type of Satan. I'm sure they did Truth and Farming. R&D, as soon as the sun comes up, fasting is over. That's interesting about Neptune. Thank you for that, YaHU'aH. That's my spiritual Hebrew name as well, YaHU'aH. I just spell it different and pronounce it differently. Mine is YaHU'aH. YaHU'aH. You remember the fastest time, Danielle? Can I say hours as the sun's up now? In Australia, we are 12:32 lunchtime. Oh, wow, yeah. If it's 12:32, that's time to break the fast. Like 6 hours ago almost, really. Plus, you guys are in your summer down there, right? In Australia. Over here, Raj, here in Vegas, it says a little after 4:30. It's like 4:37, something like that. Hebrew views, I don't think Iran is going to be the one. I really think it's going to be either China or Russia. I think Iran's going to deal with Israel. Wow, 105 degrees. I miss that heat. I like the heat. I like the desert heat, like out here in Vegas. Yes, KK, I've been hearing about the fog and stuff that's going on in different areas of the country and people getting sick and stuff. The time here is 5:34 in the evening. Vince, you're in Thailand. Wow. Wish I was there. That would be nice. I've never been to Thailand. My wife is half Thai and half Laos. You're very welcome, RD. Appreciate you coming through. Hopefully you come back again. Oh, NM, then you would like the heat. I love the heat myself. Oh, Nazareth, so you've seen this kind of fog before, huh? Yeah, and Hebrew views, Persia is another name for Iran. Of course, that's the old name. the ancient name for Iran. My wife's name is Song, Becky, like singing a song. Oh, that's wonderful, Rebecca. Well, if you're tired, get some rest, sis. We're just having small talk right now. What do I think about the Sabbath? You have to give me a little more than that, Adrian. I believe the Sabbath, the Shabbat, as we pronounce it, is a wonderful day. Oh, Raj, so they're partying right now. Yeah, I guess they would be, right? Oh, yeah, so you guys just had the strike of midnight over there. Yep, so it's 5:35, and right now I'm facing towards the Las Vegas Strip, but they're not going to be shooting anything off for another 6 hours, a little over 6 hours from now, but I won't even be looking at it anyways. When I was younger, I used to go out there and party with the heathens and go and do all that craziness. What date and time will be the next meeting? The next date and time meeting will be Shabbat, which would be the pagan day known as Saturn's Day. And I'll be coming on at 1 o'clock Pacific time, 2 o'clock Mountain, 3 o'clock Central, and 4 o'clock Eastern. Yishka. Yep, Jessica, but it's Yishka. Yes, I like Yishka better than Jessica. Maybe I'm just biased towards Hebrew words, right? Actually, the Yishka, your name using the actual Hebrew letter will be Yashka. Yashka. Because there is no I in Hebrew, original Hebrew, that is. Yoshka. There's no O either in Hebrew. All the O's, the I's, the E's, the J's, V, W. There's a few other ones. Your Hebrew name, Stella, is Zahara. 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 Okay. Yep, I like that one. Zahara. Jerry, a name like that in Hebrew. I can't even pronounce that. User 715. It like messes with my mind. Oh, Zara. Okay. Yeah. Zara. 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 I like that. Thank you, Zandi. Thank you so much for that. Nomi? Nomi. Is that how you pronounce it? Nomi? We know in Hebrew it's Naomi or Naami. Novi is my name. Victoria. Victoria comes from victor or victory. Shoshana. Yeah. Ahmad. Ahmad, I think that's Arabic. Lindsay, I do immersions. We call them immersions, yes. Usually in the springtime, I do have a brother that's coming out here in about a week and a half, and he's going to get immersed, Yah willing. Joanne would be Yanni. Y-A-N-E or N-Y, Yanni. Yanni. Who bought this country? Well, I don't know if anyone bought this country, but they definitely stole it. Raj. So yours is, of course, we know there's no J in Hebrew. So you would change the J to a Y, the E to an A, and a, yeah, that would be pretty much it. Y-A-N-A, Yana, Yane. Narma. Narma. Victoria, I'd have to look into that because there's no V. That is something that I don't know if there's a Hebrew equivalent, because I believe victory is actually a Greek word. Yep, Mark is Mark or Marcus. Some of them, like even in the scriptures, your name is Marcus, M-A-R-K-U-S. Tracy. I'm trying to think right now, Tracy. I think it's probably exactly the way it's spelled. Because all those letters exist in Hebrew. Yes, exactly, Swank Swank. Tell JP, yep, stay away from the modern Hebrew because it will put all kinds of stuff on there. It give you some O's and I's and B's and W's and J's. What about Roxanne? R-A-X. Yeah, it would be Roxanne, but with the A. Yours would be YaHU'aH. It would be a double A. Y-A-A-L. YaHU'aH. Which is pretty much, that's the same name as Joel, the prophet Joel. YaHU'aH. Yes, Rhonda, yours would just be with an A. You would remove the O and put an A there. Rhonda. Marie, I think, and I'm not too sure because again, it can go either way. It could be Nana or Nina with a Y, Nina, or it can be with an A, Nana. Again, that's all in preference to the way that it's spelled, because you know you could even add a U in there, depending on the way you want to spell that. Nuna. China. C-H-Y-N-A. And you can even put a H at the end of China. Eileen. That would be A-Y-L-Y-N. Eileen. Yahuwah's daughter, what is your name? Maybe we can figure it out. Yishka, they stole it from the natives. And they were the original inhabitants here. Well, I don't know if I would call them original inhabitants, but apparently from what we're finding out, that the lost tribes of Israel were here before the Europeans came. And they were dark as dark can be with Afro. If you look into the old Native Americans, the originals, their hair was not what we see in Hollywood with the ponytails and that looked more like me. Looked like they were mixed. No, they were. They look like Negroes. Daisha. Carlus. Carlus will be with a U, L-U-S, Carlus. Yes. Lauren. Beit Yah means daughter of Yah. YaHU'aH, yes. Bat Yah. Ginger. Oh, ginger. That's a new one. I don't know how that would even be. I think there might be a name for ginger in Hebrew. That would be interesting to look up. Let me see. Let's see. People over there shooting off fireworks outside. I can hear it. What is ginger in Hebrew? They're saying that ginger in Hebrew is glusbe. 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 Yeah, that's what it's giving me. It's glusbe. I don't know. I guess that's the way they say ginger as a spice, the ginger root in Hebrew. Yes, they do. So let me show you what I see here. And it is kind of a long one. Let's see, Goose Bay. So it would be this one here. Gadol, Yod, Lamed. It looks different than the way it's said. But yeah. Oh, no wonder it's called Goose. No wonder it's called Goose Bay Dictionary. That's let's see. Ginger is the equivalent to. Let's see here. Let's see how this looks. See, it's right here. Hold on, let me see if I can put it up so you guys can hear it. Okay, let me stop the music real quick. Where is my music? Okay, so now let me see that again. Zangvil. That sounds very Yiddish to me. I don't think that's the actual pronunciation of your name. That sounds very Yiddish. I'll play it again for you, Ginger. Zangvil. Yeah, that sounds very Yiddish. Zangvil. That sounds like something that they would say in Austria. User 715, how would you say ginger? Or is there a word for ginger in Hebrew for our sister? You're laughing. He said, check out Numbers chapter 6, 22. Okay. Okay. We'll wait for you. Okay, Numbers. What was that? Numbers 6, verses 22 to 27. Number 6. But you know we're all getting new names when we get up there, right? So I'm waiting to find out what my name is. And it says that we will all have a name that only we know. 22 to 27. Oh, yes. Yes, this is what we would call the Aaronic blessing, right? Okay. Well, not a new language. We're going to be speaking the ancient language, the pure language, also known as Abrit or Hebrew. We're not going up anywhere, though, right? We're inheriting the earth. Exactly, schwank, schwank. It's funny to say that. Schwank, schwank. Is that how you say it? Schwank, schwank? I forgot to ask you when you was here if that's the way you pronounce it. Or is it swank, swank? Yes, the Aaronic, from Aaron, the Aaronic blessing, or Baruch. So it says here, let me bring this down, like thank, swank. Okay, got it. Swank, swank. So here in Numbers chapter 6, starting in verse 22, it reads, And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to Aaron and his sons, saying, This is how you Baruch the children of YaHU'aH. Say to them, Yahuwah Baruch you and guard you. Yahuwah make his face shine upon you and show favor to you. Yahuwah lift up his face upon you and give you shalom. Thus they shall put my name on the children of YaHU'aH, and I myself shall Baruch them. Yeah, I say it more in a abbreviated way. When I say Yahuwah Baruch you, may he keep you, may he allow his light to shine upon you. And so that's pretty much what I say, just as this is being said, but I say it, I guess, in a way that's like shorter, contracted. So I say, he Baruch you, may he keep you, and may he allow his light of his countenance to shine upon you. Oh my word, I was right here today in my reading. Oh, did you read that earlier, Shelby? Yes, water is Mayim. Just like heavens, Shamayim. You know what? I never noticed that, Nazareth. Yeah, huh? Shamayim. Yep, the waters above as opposed to the waters below. And of course, mine is singular, if I am correct. And then Mayim is plural for waters. So some pronounce water as mem or mine. So Mayim is plural for waters. Just like Shama is singular for heaven, Shamayim is plural for heavens. Well, friends and family, got about another 6 minutes to go. Boy, I tell you, time flies. Okay, so ginger is Zangvalia. Zang-Ivila. But the old names are forgotten. Yeah, pretty much thought so, yes, because that does sound a little more Yiddish to me, Zangvalia. Thank you, Cody Nazareth, you and Adam, and I would like to tell everybody else, please thank my moderators, Nazareth and Hallelujah, those two, Sister Nazareth and Brother Adam, Cody Adam, also known as Hallelujah on here. They do such wonderful work, and I appreciate them. Without them, I couldn't hold this thing down because they have all kinds of people saying crazy things and doing crazy stuff. And we're happy that you're also here, Jess. Thank you for being here, Ak. Kwang, I will definitely enjoy the rest of my night. I will be spending it with my significant other. Constance, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we have to thank our Abba, our Heavenly Abba, for all of this. Yes, Toda to our moderators. There's hallelujah right there. Yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Raj, for coming through. Yeah, you know, we're just a small group of brothers and sisters, and again, this is how we're going to be, and it's going to be even better when our Father brings down the kingdom, the reign, and we spend eternity with Him. I'm telling you, we are so close to this all happening. It's amazing. You are recording. That's awesome, Naseret. Thank you for your recording. Nice to see you here, Taylor Made. Alma. Yes, exactly. Again, all of you, for those of you who don't have my email address, because again, if everything shuts down, at least you would have my address or my email address. So let me give that to you guys. And you can reach me at either one of the two. You can screenshot it. Email. Where is it at here? Here. I don't even see it. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. Oh, sorry, you guys. I have this thing going all over the place. Wow. Yes, it's all because of Yahuwah. Do I have an Instagram? I use two. I don't really use it, Andy. This is pretty much all I use other than my YouTube channel, which I've been talking about getting that thing populated and have a backup. I do have a backup channel here on the TikTok. It's called YaHU'aH Ambassadors. If you go to my profile page, you'll find my other one there. In fact, I'll make sure to post it so it'll be one of the ones that I'll have pinned up later. And if you guys can follow me on there, so I'll have at least 1,000 on there as well. So if I ever get cut off or shut off on this channel, I can pick up and go on that one as well. And then I'll probably get a third one just to use that as a backup of the backup, just so we can stay ahead of the algorithms. But all right, family, so I'm going to do the Aaronic blessing, or Baruch. And we're going to pray out. And we'll be out of here until Shabbat, Yah willing. Heavenly Abba, we come before you in the mighty name of Yahushua. We thank you, O Yah, once again for allowing us to come together, to be able to come as mashpaka, as family, to be able to enjoy one another, to fellowship with each other, to be of like mind, of one ruach. And we just thank you, O Yah. We thank you for the happiness and the baruch that you've given each one of us. May we put all of our cares and our problems upon you, for you say that your burden is light and your yoke is light as well. And so we thank you, O Abba. We thank you for calling us into your life. We thank you for calling us out of our mother's womb, allowing us to know ourselves and to know you through your word. We continue to pray for our brothers and sisters all around the world who are still stuck in Christianity, asking that you would open up their eyes to the fallacies and the lies that they have been engulfed in as we were at one time. As you've opened up our eyes, we ask that you would do the same for them, O Yah. If it wasn't for you, we would all be lost into eternity. And we thank you, O Yah, for what you've done. I ask that you Baruch each and every person's family and those that they are touching with the words that belong to you. Abba, we ask that you would give us the words that we can speak to our significant others and our family members and our friends and co-workers, oh Yah, that's all around us, so that they too may inherit everlasting life through the blood of your Son, Yahushua 𝐉𝐄𝐅𝐿. And so we thank you, we give you all the praise, honor, and esteem, oh Yah, for you truly deserve all the praise. May you continue to go before us, help us to guard our mouth, our eyes, and our ears, so that we may not transgress before you. Help us to walk so that we may not transgress before you. Praise. May you continue to go before us, you, O Abba. And so with that being said, O Yah, I would like to Baruch your children, those that you've allowed me to speak to on this Yom, as I ask that you Baruch me, and I ask that you would also allow it to be brought into the remembrance of my brothers and sisters to pray for me as well, O Yah, for you know the attacks that I receive. And I ask that you would continue to have a hedge of protection over all of your children, those who are called by your name, those who are native born, and those that have been adopted in. These things we ask in the mighty name of Yahushua, the name that is above all names, the only name that we can call upon, that we may be saved. May Yahuwah Baruch you and guard you, and may Yahuwah make his face to shine upon you and show favor unto all of you. And Yahuwah lift up his face upon you and give you shalom. My name is Brother Jimmy, aka Ambassadors of Yah. Until next time, Mashpaka, family, go in shalom, and we will talk to each other soon. Shalom, family. Shalom. They come back here and you guys are still on here. 86 of you guys on here. This is something. You guys have something else to do, I'm sure. I'm sure you guys could be reading or no, you know what? This is wonderful that you all spend time together, and this is beautiful. I appreciate every last one of you. I'm just laughing because I came back and you guys are still here. There's like 80-something people. I was getting ready to shut it down. I know, Vic, you out there working for the slave master. We know how it is. You're working for United Pharaoh Services. Shalom, Ra'ah. Ah, yes. It's beautiful. Well, you know, at this point, my brain is shut down, so getting into scripture. I've been in the scriptures all day, and I love our Creator's word, but my brain can only handle so much because my brain is so little. Thought you guys probably would have been gone already. When I got back, I'm like, 80-something people still? Oh, Hebrews Views. The music that I'm listening to is on YouTube. I forget what it's called. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick here. Prophetic worship music on YouTube. When I leave, you'll leave. Okay, Sister Evelyn, I see. Yes, I appreciate all of you. So, Sister YaHU'aH, should I start calling you Sister Ginger? Or is that just a nickname? Yes, okay. I will start calling you Sister Ginger. Yes, we like hanging with you all too. Pronounce it the Hebrew way. That was a very long name. I remember our sister, I'm trying to remember, user 715. User 715, what is your name again? I forget, sister. I apologize. Oh, I thought it was a different one. Okay, Susie. I can remember Susie. Yeah, see, that I can't remember there, Ginger. That is Zangabilia. Yeah, that'll mess me up. I'll be having to ask you that again and again. Shoshana. Okay, that was the one I was thinking of. Shoshana. Okay, so Sister Shoshana and Sister Ginger. Victor, why are you laughing, brother? Shoshana. And then we have Ginger. All right. Watching from the Bahamas. I wish I was down there in the Bahamas with you, Sandy. Would love that weather and the water, turquoise water down there. Oh, I was at the Grand Cayman Islands. Was it Grand? No, I'm sorry. The Grand Island. The Grand Island in the Bahamas. Oh, it was so beautiful. I was there for like 4 days and 3 nights, I think it was. Beautiful water. Yes, it is. It's so beautiful. Our Father's creation is so beautiful. Yes, Sister Leah. Redfoot. I'm actually over here writing this down because I know my brain. Oh, Charlie, you're from the Cayman Islands. Okay, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. And of course, we got our brother Owen from the Philippines. I saw him here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. Yep, he's still here. All right. Thought you guys would all be gone, seriously. From Haiti. Okay, Haiti. Leon. How is things in Haiti, Leon? Is it getting better? I know you guys had like 2 or 3 earthquakes, right? Like for like the last 2-3 years, you guys have been really getting hammered with earthquakes over there. Is it getting pretty much back to normal now? Oh, look like everybody stopped, or maybe TT stopped you guys from being able to write anything down. We're surviving To be frank with you, yes, I can understand. Yeah, I know it breaks my heart to see the stuff that's going on in some of these areas. Oh yeah, it's growing. Oh, I don't doubt it at all for a second, Nazareth. You know how that is. We know the people that are behind these things. Oh yeah, the plane crashes. You know, that's another terrible thing that's been going on this earth. I don't know of anyone that was in the I don't even know if I could even call it an accident, the one that happened there in South Korea. For those of you guys know that I'm part Korean, and so far I don't know of anyone that I know of that knows anyone that is part of that wreckage that happened down there. Or I should say over there. Luis, yes you did. You must have been gone for a while. Yeah, Nazareth, I think it was only 2 people survived. 179 people were taken. You know, when things like that happen, I just wonder what was going through their head, because, you know, they were trying to make the first pass to land, and then they turned around and then they came back for a second approach. Could you imagine what was in the minds of those people? I mean, if you don't know Yahuwah, like for me, and again, it's easy to say when you're, you know, not in the plane, but I think I would, yeah, definitely would have been praying. I'm sure all of them were praying. If they wasn't believers, they was definitely praying at that time, which could be a Baruch in that sense, you know, because you just weren't taken out right away. You had a chance to make amends, and you get to speak to the Creator before your lights out, you know. Oh, you got a call from your sister. Well, I hope everything was okay, Louise. You've been on since 2:30. Well, I would say this for you and those others that weren't here. Let me go back to Numbers. And I would say that ironic Baruch over you. So at least you have that. Let me turn this down a little bit. So for those of you who missed the closing out prayer, I would just say the ironic Baruch. Yahuwah Baruch you and guard you. Yahuwah make his face shine upon you and show favor to you. Yahuwah lift up his face upon you and give you shalom. In Yahushua's name. There you go there, Brother Luis. Yes, hallelujah. So be it. You're very welcome. Okay, so now, this time I'm definitely going to shut her down so I can be with my significant other. And again, I really, truly love all of you. And thank you, even though we've never met face-to-face, some of you, most of you, I should say, I've met some of you face-to-face. I also heard some of your voices. And, you know, maybe we will start probably on a different platform, not here on TikTok, where we can have invitation only on Zoom meetings where we can kind of get to know each other, hear each other's voice, and share with one another, get to know each other a little better, probably after a meeting like this, and then go on to a Zoom. For those of us who want to spend some time together and get to know each other, quality time, you know. How do you guys feel about that? All right. You're very welcome, Makodi Alma. Okay, and so we will do that. We'll have to set that up here next time. Yes, have a place that's ongoing, right? And but again, off of TikTok, because it'll just be invitation only for those of us that want to be able to get to know one another. Almost like that want to be able to each space and get to hear each other